Okay. Now we have the trebuchet to check out, which I want to say doesn't work. There's something happens. Some MacGuffin happens and we don't start the raid right away. I'm stuck on a fence. There we go. The modern siege engine. Noxus! How is it going? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? A little better, I hope? Have you been resting? That's good. That's good. Man, the last time I had the COVID that was in your lungs, the one that makes you cough and stuff, when I had that version, I was sick for a month. Like, yeah, you have been playing a lot of Fortnite.
That was just the first shot. The trebuchet has to be calibrated. That's perfect.
Yeah. Now, when I got COVID Delta, the one that gave you something kind of similar to a stomach bug, it actually healed an issue I've had almost my entire life. So I've had stomach problems and stomach acid problems since I was like 11 years old. And then I got COVID Delta in 2021. So, 20 years, 20 years since I've had the issue. I got COVID Delta and all of my stomach problems went away.
Breathe, man. You'll be all right.
I don't know why, but suddenly I was healthy again.
And they're carrying the colors.
And I haven't had a stomach issue since. Yeah. And I've brought it up to doctors and they're like, huh, odd. And then just go right back to what they're doing. And I'm just like,
I have a score to settle with him.
I feel like that needs to be studied a bit. Yes, I have actually heard that a lot, that a lot of people started getting stomach acid issues and permanent taste problems, a bunch of other weird stuff coming out of COVID.
Toth's reinforcements are about to descend on us.
That swine. How many men?
We don't know exactly, but there are many, and they will probably be here by dawn.
Hey, it looks like for the most part, after rebooting the game, the hair issue fixed.
The whole land is in chaos. It's a wonder we can find out anything at all.
If they attack from the rear,
we'd be finished, just as Toth has been planning.
The sneaky weasel.
He's been one step ahead of us the whole time.
Not this time, though.
What are you thinking?
Robard, how do you think the weather will be tomorrow?
Well, sir, if my joints don't deceive me, and they rarely do, it'll rain. It'll rain buckets.
Here. We'll make a stand here, I and Radzig's men.
I'm actually thinking about downloading Fortnite just because y'all been playing it.
Strike them from the rear.
I think it'd be fun to jump in with you guys and just kind of act goofy in Fortnite.
We'll have it over and done with before they notice anything in Townburg.
It might just work. But we'll have to leave someone in the encampments in case they do come out of Talberg.
A few men will be all I need.
Well, that depends on whether you can hold out. We don't even know how many there are.
We will hold out.
I'll give the orders to my men.
I forgot to shave Henry's beard. I was going to do that when we did our last bath visit.
My part in the battle, sir. I wanted to go with the Skalitz men.
I need more than that from you.
More, sir?
If we can't hold out at the quarry, we're finished. You, I, Hanish, and Radzik. And since Hanish is commanding the flank attack, Radzik is captive and I'm wounded, Captain Robard will be leading on the field.
Of course. Who better?
There's no question Robard's a good commander, but many of the men will be from Skalitz. We need someone there who knows them and has their respect.
Sir?
I mean you, Henry.
But that is... I want to be in the vanguard.
Now hear me well, Henry. There are whole cemeteries full of heroes who rushed into danger. And if the first human you meet runs you through, it won't be good for morale. Not to mention that Radzik would have my guts for garters.
Right.
In the battle, you and a group of Scarlet's men will be concealed in the woods over the road.
But, sir, I think I should...
Quiet! Don't underestimate the task I'm setting. You'll have to keep nervous men on a short rein and not attack too soon. And then conduct the attack on the rear so fiercely and quickly that the foe has no chance to react. If the line should start to break, we need someone with their head firmly on their shoulders to keep control of the men.
Very well, sir.
That's what I like to hear. When you're ready, go and join the Scarlet's men. They'll be mustering in the woods above the road to Rite.
Okay, so this is another one of those quests where I'm in trouble. Because I'm doing a pacifist run, there's a good chance I might accidentally just kill everybody I touch. It definitely happens often. What? What? He's more worried about defending the honor of our goats. Well said there, Robard. We have to make sure they don't actually sleep with our goats because they are maidens. And we need to protect their goat virginity. I've never paid attention to that dialogue before. Oh, God. Yeah, so we're now in roughly unfamiliar territory for me. I've beaten the game quite a few times, but this last section, I'm always kind of fatigued by the time I get here, that I haven't been paying like a ton of attention. I have like moments where certain parts like stick out in my memory really well, and then other parts where I'm just like, who are these guys? Never seen you before in my life. And they're like, I'm your kid. Henry doesn't have a kid. I just couldn't think of what else to say. Here's these guys. I didn't save it. I didn't save it. I didn't save it. Oh, no. No. No, you were perfectly fine, Noxus. I know y'all have a bunch of stuff to be doing, and you're supposed to be resting, so if you chilling and playing games isn't helping you rest and feel better, do that. It is perfectly fine. I mean, it's great to talk to you, obviously, you know, don't take that the wrong way, but if you're busy, do that. I mean, I don't care one way or another. I'm here to hang out with people, and if you need rest, rest. I'm kind of the mind of stressing out about streaming would make more sense if it was my livelihood, right? But I wouldn't ask people to like, hey, you've got to talk to me or whatever, right? It's more along the lines for me of I'd rather everybody just be happy, you know, like there is so much BS, especially in the US right now, but there's so much BS in the world in general that me worrying about some tiny thing like that is not helping anybody. Ooh, what was that? Was that the lightning causing that? Oh no. Every time, look at that. Oh my God, it's so bad. Every time I load into this game, there's another weird problem. Let me see if I can still attack this guy with just my hands. Get in and throw some hands at people. I can't kill anybody, so we have to keep from accidentally damaging people too much. Oh man, does that count as me killing him? What am I supposed to be doing? I feel like I never know what I'm supposed to be doing at this part of the quest. It's such a weird one too, because like, if I was allowed to attack people, this would be over already. Oops. I punched our teammate in the back of the head. Oh, I think we're getting, there we go. Freaking Sir Divish showed up. Did he show up, attack one person, and then leave? What? Oh, no, there he is. Okay. We'll do the thing we normally do in these encounters on pacifist mode, and that is loot everybody. We are of no help as pacifist Henry. Pacifist Henry has absolutely no issues with taking the armor off of our dead friends and enemies. Where are y'all taking us? Oh, I can't loot the bodies anymore. Oh, they couldn't hold this tiny bridge. That's always good. I really don't remember this encounter at all, by the way. Let's see. You know, it's probably because the last time I did this was on pacifist as well, and I was just doing this the whole time. Of looting people. Yeah. Oh god. It's kind of funny too, because on the regular game, like on console and stuff, you don't have infinite weight, so you have to like go through and like pick the stuff you want.
What? This boy?
You should show a little more respect, Divish. You'll need it when you kneel before Istvan.
Oh, now the pup shows his teeth.
Istvan, you say? Not Sir Istvan? Or Lord Toth? Just how intimate are the two of you?
Ah.
I know him. He's Eric, Toth's captain and right-hand man.
Finally, some good news. Shackle him and guard him closely.
Those bastards want to destroy our trebuchet.
Yep. Yep. And I think it locks all these bodies out again. Yeah, man. Not that it matters. I have more than enough money, and if I really need more, I can just go to Privoslavets and collect my taxes. Oh, that's another mod that I have. I don't bend down to pick up flowers. I just kind of like wave my hand and they go into my inventory. I had, like, I get motion sick really easy with a bunch of games, right? And the rip away from first person to third person for the camera for picking stuff. When I did this before in the base game, all the other times I used to play it, I had to physically close my actual eyes. I would like line up with what I needed to pick, close my eyes, hit the button, and pick it up. I couldn't look at the screen when it happened because it would make me. I'm kind of going into battle. We just did a defense of a bridge over here, and a siege engine we have is being attacked, and we are coming in from behind to help defend it. But this is really close to the end of the game, so if you do not want spoilers, leave now. Because I've got maybe 2 hours left, max, before I'm done with the main story. There is DLC technically before I can finish the game. There's a DLC that's the Amorous Adventures of Brave Sir Hans Capon. That DLC is required for you to finish the game, but I'm in the final throes of like everything happening towards the end of the game. But because I'm doing a pacifist run, I am purposely not really assisting in combat with a weapon. I am too strong. I know that sounds dumb, but if I hit somebody with a weapon, I will kill them one shot. My character is that overpowered right now. So the best I have is interrupting their attack chains with melee attacks of like barehanded. Because outside of rare instances, you cannot kill people barehanded. Now, it does show here that I have killed one person. There's a guy called Runt that he is the only person in the entire game you are required to kill, and it is a cutscene death. You literally cannot skip it. There was a time frame where you could, but it caused a bunch of weirdness in the game, so they patched it in that guy was the only guy that you could kill and it wouldn't count against you for the achievement. And that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for Hardcore Henry. That's having every negative debuff. It's having hardcore difficulty turned on. We're also aiming for Pacifist. That's killing nobody throughout the game other than Runt. And we are also aiming for Celibate, which means none of the times that we can hook up and do Lumen's favorite debauchery. We don't debauchery on this playthrough. No debauchery to be had. Well, let me rephrase that. We don't save debauchery. We still do debauchery, and then we reload the game before the debauchery started, just to get the achievement. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was really sad she messed up the following people quest, because there is a large section of debauchery there, and she was doing the like drinking quest directly into that quest, and I was so ready to give her a hard time if she had done it the right way, because you end up sleeping with 3 people at the same time, not just one. Oh man, did that count as a kill? Okay. It occasionally bugs out. If you are punching them as they fall, it'll count as you being the one to finish them off, and that causes some weirdness. Panicked a bit. Now, this is a little bit better than some of the other games that have pacifist modes. There's in Fallout 4, you can beat that game as a pacifist in the weirdest way possible. There's a perk in the game that if your speech is high enough, you can talk to people mid-combat and make them surrender. Everybody can be done that way. And you just save scum conversations to where you just never fight people. I think Fallout 3, you can beat the game pacifist because it doesn't count your party members as you killing people. So right now, I get to just have all the bonuses of combat without really doing anything. I just steal everybody's possessions like a gremlin. I just gobbling my way around the the battlefield, just looting everybody's stuff. That was a pretty good one. That like roll around his attack and smacking him with the backhand. Huzzah! Hooray!
Well,
The damage isn't too serious.
so we can shoot.
Not just yet.
Sir, what are we waiting for?
You've heard his threats, Robard. Do you want him to kill Radzik and my wife? We have to consider all our options.
And it would be a shame to destroy the castle, too. But how do we get that rat out of there?
So I might have a solution. What about exchanging hostages? He was the captain at Vranjik, and he brought Istvan's reinforcements here. He seems to be on very
Intimate.
terms with Toth.
Very
He'll be able to tell
intimate.
us something. And he might even be as valuable to his lord as Lady Stephanie and my father are to us.
You're your father's son, by God.
You're a godsend, lad. You're right. We'll interrogate this whore son, and then decide what to do next.
I can't remember if I get to save
Come
it
to my
here or not.
tavern
I hope I
next.
do. Because the interrogation can go horribly wrong. Okay. Awesome. Also, Oxus, don't look at how many saves I have and be upset. Oh man. So, I have saved the game 607 times. All of that because I have a mod on right now that lets me save it whenever I want without a save your schnapps.
Start talking, or make your peace with God.
Do your worst. I won't betray my lord.
Ah, Henry, just the man I want. This
Hello, hello.
fool would rather hang than sing. You know more about him than we do, so maybe you can get something out of him.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure Sir Hanish has the same voice actor through the whole game.
Looks like the boot's on the other foot this time, doesn't it?
Fuck you.
You need to change your tone. If you start being nice, you might just come out of this alive. So now I'll ask you a few questions, and you better think carefully about how you answer them.
I really needed potion before this. We might have to reload it and do that.
Who is this Toth?
He's the one who'll string you all.
How did
I
you
didn't mean to
meet?
click through that.
What's that got to do with anything?
What is he after?
Odd.
For you to...
How many men does he have in the castle?
How should I know? There were nearly 70 of us at the beginning, but there's probably not even half left. But that's still more than there ever were in that castle. More than enough to defend it.
Who does he take his orders from?
Are you stupid? He works for Sigismund.
Listen to me. Toth has hostages in the
Yep,
castle,
yep.
and we have you. So, how about an exchange?
Do you take him for a fool? Do you really think he'd give up the only thing he has that stops you from attacking? He'll never accept an exchange.
You better pray he will, for your own sake. Because once we attack, you'll be worthless to us. And what do you suppose will happen to a worthless bandit? I won't waste any...
I don't need to save myself. It's the...
Why should he save you? He'll sacrifice you, just like everyone in Vranic and Pribyslavitz. You're nothing but a common bandit.
You don't know anything. He'll come for me, and anyone who lays a finger on me will pay dearly.
He wouldn't pass any of the speech checks and then
Why
just
would he
gives
care
it all
that
up
much
without
about
us
you?
trying. What?
Could it be your lovers?
You'd never understand.
For a while there, I thought we'd get nothing out of him. But in the end, he spilled his guts.
I thought you were much too easy on him. But it seems your approach was the right one. Well done, lad.
You're
It's
welcome?
clear that young fellow is no ordinary brigand. And he believes Toth cares about him. We'll just have to see if the bastard cares as much about him as Divish does about his wife and you about your father.
Our father that we've known he is our father for
Well, Divish,
3 days.
I think the time has come to find out just how much Toth values our hostage. Do you want to parley with him yourself?
I think I'll leave that to you, Hanish.
So be it. I'll do my utmost. Bring the hostage below the battlements.
Now, we have this cutscene, one more quest, and then a combat section, I think. We really are like right around the corner from being done.
What is it? Did our neighborly visit catch you unprepared?
A little, but we've settled in nicely. And this fellow is enjoying our company so much, we simply can't get rid of him. It seems we are in similar situations. Perhaps it's time to send our respective guests home.
Not a chance. Do you take me for a fucking fool? Be warned. If anything happens to Eric, I'll let every manjack here have his way with this bitch, and I'll dice Kobila into goulash meat.
Nobly spoken, your grace. But for all I know, you may have done that already.
Divish, I'm sorry.
Greetings, friends. Fear not, Lord Toth is treating us like royalty.
They're unharmed, as you can see.
That feels like it was added
Don't
like
try any
in
tricks
post
or
or
they won't be for
something.
long, Hanush.
I'm saying we strap Eric to the boulder we launch at the
It
gate.
seems your lord doesn't place any great value in you, boy.
Go to hell.
I'm sorry. It looks like it's not going to be that easy.
Well, at least we know they're alive. I didn't expect much of it anyway.
He won't harm them as long as we have this fellow.
His body broke when he got punched. You see that? You can see like a gap down his like between his neck and his armor. God.
Well, friends, what do you suggest?
I'd say we have no choice but to attack.
It's a great risk, Robard, with Stephanie and Radzig inside.
I know how you feel, sir, but Toth is no fool. They are his last safeguard. He will do nothing to harm them until he is sure of victory.
Would you be saying that if it were your wife inside?
Or your father? Well, let me point out that we have no choice anyway. We don't have enough supplies to keep men here for weeks, while gangs of brigands and Sigismund's army roam the countryside. Toth won't agree to an exchange, and even if he did, we'd have to let him go. With all his men, he'd be a thorn in our sides till Judgment Day.
Sir, a message has arrived.
Oh, what is it?
Margrave Jobst is approaching with his retinue and wants to speak with you.
Jobst, you say? All right.
What is he doing here?
I don't remember this either.
Jobst of Luxembourg is cousin to King Wenceslaus and Sigismund. He's the Margrave of Moravia.
Only a year ago, he was collaborating with Sigismund and the League of Lords. He betrayed King Wenceslas and his ally Prokop. Now, he's changed sides, appointed himself the leader of the rebellion against Sigismund, and wants to liberate Wenceslas.
Whichever way the wind blows.
Yep.
Nevertheless, it seems the decision is made for us. We don't want Jobst camping with us in front of our own castle like a band of gypsies.
I'm afraid you're right, Hanush. All right. We'll let the men rest a while and then attack. Come to me when everything is ready.
Okay. That should leave us with one last save, I think. I think we're in the final stretch of combat, maybe? Can't remember. Oh, and I have to go talk to Divish, and he's not up here. He's got his own little camp off to the side. Also, I think the game just rains. I think this is one of those time frames where the game just rains till you're done. There's a couple of time frames in the game, like when you are first in Skalitz, the first day of Skalitz. You can stay in that town indefinitely as long as you have food. Because time still passes, right? But but you can't sleep. It doesn't get night. It stays like midday the entire time. But the longer you play, like the more food you need. So you can kind of like run around and pick herbs and do combat and fight the guards. And there's like whole playthroughs of people trying to get to cap level without ever leaving Skalitz. So when you leave Skalitz, you're like this greatest Henry that's ever Henried. Where's Divish at? Man, did he not come back over here? He's like out in the middle of the field. Oh, he physically walked back. Okay, that's the thing I was talking about yesterday, where sometimes characters will actually physically travel to where they're going, and sometimes they just teleport there. Dude physically just walked randomly through a field to get back to his camp.
At your service, sir.
I'm about to give the order to bombard Talmberg. And since it's mainly thanks to you that we still have a trebuchet, I think you should have the honor of the first shot.
It's mostly thanks to you, who punched a few dudes and then stole everything in sight.
I'll be delighted.
To smash my castle? I can't say I share your enthusiasm.
Sorry, sir. I didn't mean it like that.
There's nothing to it. The men will load the trebuchet. All you have to do is pull the lever.
Well, I suppose I could manage that.
Then we'll bombard Talmberg for several days. Sir Robard will explain what comes next. Goodbye.
Several days. Days. This trebuchet is allegedly supposed to be able to take out this gate one hit. They don't want to damage the castle, and we're going to send rocks at it for days. What? What are we loading into it? Grape shot? Actually, it's not a terrible idea. Just a bunch of tiny pebbles and just raining rocks all day. It wouldn't damage anything but the like superficial parts of the castle, and it would be very stressful to all the people inside. I don't know though, like at one point would you just get over it and like not really care that it's just constantly raining BB-sized rocks all over you? So we have this quest. Once we do this bombardment, we have another combat section. That combat section leads to a bunch of story bits. So we're kind of on the one fight section and a bunch of cutscenes left till we are done with the base game before we have to start the DLC. Can we load Eric into the trebuchet? Just saying, that dude's a jerk. Also, I kind of want his breastplate.